These are the features. Let's try to keep them in mind. The first feature, learners are aware of the learning goals. So I just mentioned this a couple of seconds ago. No matter what kind of goal your student has, make them aware of it and make yourself as a teacher aware of their objective. At the same time, very clearly state your own objective to the student. Tell them, this is what I want you to learn. This is what I need you to learn. This is where we should be by the end of class, or by the end of the term, or by the end of the unit, or whatever. So always share the objectives. They will help you cut down a big road. Because working in a class with students who have no idea what they're there is completely different from working with a group of students who actually know what their objective is, what they're coming to class for. Right? Then again, a second feature, learners are aware of the standards that they are aiming for. And this is what I mentioned maybe a time ago about a grid. When you're making an exam, for example, let's say an oral exam, you do not make an oral exam just in the sky, like that. You make a bunch of questions and you ask people a bunch of questions. That's not how an oral exam should be. There should be a grid. These are the characteristics that I need to find in the person speaking. These are the skills that I need them to use. These are the language abilities that they should have. This and this and this and this, right? So the students should know that by the end of this course, these are the standards that I need to have in order to succeed this class, or in order to succeed in having or in achieving my goal. Cool. Then the third characteristic or feature, learners are aware of what they need to achieve in order to progress. So again, students' awareness. They need to have an idea of why the hell they're in a class. If they have no idea, there is no proper learning taking place. You're just having a bunch of kids who are taking a course, swallowing a bunch of papers, and then going home. You don't want to do that. Make your students aware of why they are in your class. And I think as students at some point, we had a problem with that. Our teachers did not share the objectives with us. And we struggled billions of times with math because we didn't know what's the objective of studying, I don't know, Pythagoras or whatever, because we didn't know the objective. Make them aware of why they are in class. A fourth feature, learners are aware of the evaluation criteria, the grid, for example, and what makes a final outcome successful. So 4 and what was that? 4 and 2 are very linked, right? The evaluation criteria, the final outcome, again, these are all parts of the standards that your students need to be aware of. This is how you're going to be evaluated. And then finally, learners are responsible for their own learning. You are not responsible. You are facilitating the learning process. You're showing them the path that they should follow. This is where you should go. This is what you should do. But everything that happens in between, it's up to you as a student. It's up to your motivation, your objective, and how you would like to take this learning. Do you want to go to the higher order thinking, or do you want to stay in the lower order thinking? Again, this is Bloom's taxonomy. In Bloom's taxonomy, where do you want your students to be? Do you want them to be in the bottom with no idea where they're there, or do you want them to be at the top in the higher order thinking?